Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. I don't think I can say anything new, but just, even if it is not needed, a reminder that we are rather the screen of the movie than the movie. And it is not in the movie that we can do anything to imagine and attain the screen. It is just by not thinking the movie for a moment, and then it's obvious. The screen is always there, that's what I am. It is indicated by being, beingness, all those words, they are just indications, but it is, to mean it is not something objectified, like becoming. So the search and even the attainments of experiences is going on in this manifestation only. That's why if one could hear suddenly, it will always be sudden because it can have many kind of understandings, but still understanding. So one day it will be heard really suddenly that I am not only what I see, I feel, and I think. And then that's all is needed to just be where you always are, in fact. So you have not to run after that, you have not to attain it, you have not to go beyond or go prior, just to keep quiet. But to keep quiet is, for a moment, not to hook at even the arising I. Yeah. Any question, anything, any sharing? Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You always, or you often say it's sudden in a way,
Yeah.
but yet we are here at a certain time, like all keeping quiet, right?
It's impossible to keep quiet as somebody. That is, if there is a difficulty, this is it, We always think, I suddenly will see who I am. But I has not to be there, so that I am is obvious. So what did you say?
Like when we're sitting before a satsang.
Yeah, that takes time. That can take time. To hear it really, that can take time. Because we give so much power and beliefs in our mind, in whatever shape it has, let it be sensual or emotional or, as I say, conceptual, that it looks this all what is. That's my life, what else? And then you hear about enlightenment, for example, or freedom, liberation rather. Because that makes sense when there is a search for no more an object. I want to know who I am, in fact. At some point it can come to have this search. So it's called ontological search. And there, or you can hear directly, don't search, all that is going on in the mind. So, so just be as you already are. But you see, it's rarely taken at once. There, it's true that sometimes we need short time, long time, but who cares? After all, it will come. Oops. Because of the power we give to the mind, of course. And the power in the mind includes the one who has the mind. Yeah? We think this is the base, you know. I base myself, I am born, for example. And then you have to prove, you have proofs, you know, and arguments and whatnot. So this has to be questioned if you want to be quiet about this search.
Can I ask you, like, what's happening inside of you, for example, when you're sitting quietly, like before satsang?
I'm just quiet. And
Like
I
just
enjoy.
letting everything kind of rise, just letting the mind kind of be there.
I don't care. I am quiet. I don't go there. Eventually the mind itself is quiet, sometimes may not, but I am not locating myself there.
So even if it appears, it's just, it doesn't matter, it's just appearing.
Because I want to give a time to what I am. Otherwise, after, for example, we go there and we chat, or we have a cup of tea, let's say, then we chat and all, then I know this is my movie, this is my movie, and I am included in that movie, but I know what's what, so I don't search. And that is the amazing benefit. If there is something which appears that is not to search anymore, but really not to search anymore the meaning of life, who am I, and all those things in this movie. That procures or give moments of total quietness, sure. But you don't confuse also yourself for a state of quietness in the mind.
Yeah, because what we are, we can't really pay attention to, right?
You cannot, there is nobody there to pay attention. Finally, because if that needs you to exist, good luck, huh? We are so unfaithful.
That's true.
It doesn't need anybody. You know, everybody rises from there and disappears there. So that doesn't depend on anything. Somebody may depend. And that is the question. Depend on what? What is what? And who am I? And so on. A bit clearer?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I experience emptiness differently sometimes.
Yeah.
If I'm empty of thinking, then it's maybe it's just quiet, but sometimes it can also be blissful.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And can we do something that this emptiness becomes more blissful, because I enjoy the blissful moments more than just the empty moments somehow?
You know what? I will tell you something. It is none of the two. You are experiencing aspects of it, aspects which are less objective, let's say. That's why it looks like very true. But it is still someone who experiences it. And you know very well, I want to enjoy more, sure. What a good experience. But I will give you a bad news in the sense that you can enjoy if you like, no problem, but it will always disappear, and it will never be permanent. So once you know that, maybe it doesn't matter. You just, okay, it's the way it is in duality, you know? That's why it is in time, because of the experiencer. So I cannot promise anything to you. But I think you may be quieter if you know, oh, it's just natural that it appears in different ways. I prefer bliss, okay, but there are still experiences. Huh? So in that way you have not questioned what's the experience. You may not want, this is your freedom, it doesn't matter. But I indicate if you want, not even bliss, if you want to be quiet about, to want this or that and to search and to enjoy more this and that, if you want to be quiet about that, I see only one way. It is really to see, to realize who you are in fact, in reality. Otherwise, you may have so many amazing experiences, sure, but it will not satisfy you, you see? You'll know the bliss, but for some reason, because it disappears, it doesn't appear all the time, you are a bit frustrated. And so that is no more there. And it doesn't mean that bliss will not appear again, but it will not be into your will. It appears or not. And in the end, the joy to just be freed from believing in experiences is so much more. Yeah. But as a human being, we are full of experiences, that's sure. It's like that. Somebody wants to be clearer or wants to share something? Hmm? Yeah, long ago. um,
I want to ask, like, I'm following the teaching and try to be a non-doer, but sometimes, sometimes I really don't know, because if I don't do, it doesn't happen. If it happens, it was good, and I don't know where's like the line to do or not to do.
yeah, you know, it is not, it's an indication of satsang. So what does it mean? It's an indication not for life, it's an indication to give yourself an opportunity to just be free to see your own liberation, your own being. It is not an indication to live. It's not a recipe or a way of life. Satsang doesn't give a way of life. The indications are very particular for this very particular search or seeker who ask. So in life, do as you like. And of course, if you speak from, let's say, what is, you will speak, you don't decide anything, because it's true. In the global view, everything, even the manifestation, is that itself, and it's already done. It is in the make. It's that what you are is infinitely creating itself. So, who are we? I mean, to decide anything. But if we, in the life, if we pose ourselves with what we know from ourselves, decide, don't decide, that is your freedom and your philosophy of life. Very personal.
But I feel like everything life itself and everything spiritual. And I feel like this kind of way also helps me in this real life. And
there is no real life.
Yeah, I
Life
know.
is a manifestation of what's real, yeah. It's real for this body, emotions, and mind, that's true. But the beauty, when you realize who you are, is that you still live, if you don't die, you still live in this life, and you live it. If a dog bites you, you will feel the bite, not that you will be the touch and witness of it. You will feel the bite, but you know what's what. You know deeply and forever what's what. And that makes the whole difference.
because I feel like if I can really, so to say, be all the time the self, then of course I don't make decisions and I don't fight, I don't
Who
decide.
told you it's like that?
I thought.
It's wrong? It is not the somebody who will experience all the time the self. This is not possible. That's what I was telling. As someone, you have experiences of being, the taste of being, if you love it or by chance or whatever. You can dedicate time to that, and then you are quiet and so on. It's followed by what the life offers, activities and all that. Then again, if you really love that, you will give yourself a moment just to be. But these are experiences of somebody. So there is nothing which is able to be fixed or permanent in the duality. So Advaita, when they say Advaita, who I am, I see, I am, and that is only one reality, because this manifestation in the substance is that itself, but in the form, it's not yet. It's evanescent, it's temporary, ephemeral. So in the movie, we are dealing with forms. That's why there is a birth, a span of life, all that in time, and then a death. What I wanted to say. Don't expect to realize yourself as someone. That is absolutely impossible. You can have experiences of beingness. I insist, of course, but it will not satisfy you, maybe, to have only that, because you want permanency. You know, something which is so good, you want it permanent. But then, who are you? Who are you? And that doesn't need answer. You leave space to the obviousness of being. Who is there then? Who is there? And if there is somebody, it's in the movie again, in its own manifestation. Do you follow a little bit of what I indicate or not?
Yes, but it was not my question.
Then, if you ask about the life, I will not answer. That's clear. If your question was about life, yeah, I don't give you an answer. That's not for satsang. And don't think that I say, oh, this is life and this is. It's a way to teach, and it's the best way to my eyes. Neti. It's not this, it's not that. Just to give you a split second of liberation of what always you dress with or you look at it. Otherwise, how can you ever realize who you are? And that will be enough to continue your life, but not searching and putting this kind of questions.
I don't think there's any separation in this.
Then don't ask questions. You see, thinking or understanding is still not enough. It has to be prior of thinking. It has to. Nobody should appear here. And what is somebody? Tell me, what is a somebody?
It's a thought.
Better than that was the thought.
It's a belief.
Who has a belief?
The mind has a belief.
Who has the mind?
This human body.
You escape. You give answers. I give who can know, who can tell those answers. Due to what can you tell those things? I say those things. I know those things. I would like to know those things. And I is expressed now. Oh, it's objectified. So from where it can be even objectified, it's a thought, a rising thought, I am. It's very simple.
I have another question. What would be your one advice for someone
My wrong advice?
my
one advice, okay.
for someone like walking on this travel on this snow path because you're traveling longer?
It's 27 years ago that I am speaking about that. And when I speak to you, I answer that. What do you want to hear?
I don't know, that's why I ask.
But do you want to hear?
Yes.
So, in Satsang, it is a reminder of who you are in case you think you forgot And if you don't forget, you just enjoy the space given, where there is no disturbance of the mind, or at least they are not taken as disturbances. So in satsang, the indication is, who am I in fact? Who am I? Not question as a therapist would do. It's really from where this thought of human being or I am born rises, from where? And then there you go to the source of it, which I repeat, I am born. If the I doesn't rise, there's nothing. So often it is indicated, go and search towards the source of I. If you cannot take, I am that already. Because the mind is busy, so we can canalize it for a while at least towards the source of I, because I is seen now as the root cause of all this, of our personal life. That's what I say, and that's what I will only say up to I die. For me, it's so precious. I don't see anything better than this in this world.
So there's no advice, just be quiet.
It's an advice, no? But I don't say that to somebody. Because then I am quiet, and then again you will be unquiet then. So the satisfaction will not be there. Keep quiet is not addressed to someone. Of course, when you hear, as you are used to take everything as an information, you make it one information more. But here it's an indication, just so that you get struck, or it's sudden, you hear, I am already myself, I have always been myself. Where was? In my mind. That's all. And that will continue, of course, till you die. Yet, the belief system has disappeared. It's very simple to hear, or it's very hard to hear because we want to save our own concepts or likings.
I know in Advaita, it's emphasizing we're not this body, not this mind. But are we ignoring the body? Because, on spiritual path or whatever, I also often feel like, your body also has to contain that whatever, experience energy or whatever.
You go into your concepts more, go for it, and then you see if you have an answer satisfying or not. Okay? Go for it.
Because the yogis...
No, go for it, because you are absolutely not able and you don't want to hear me. So I understand, and it's your right. So see if your concepts leads you anywhere. Go and see for it. Go for it. And then, or you are successful, or you failed, you are always welcome in satsang. Let it be here or anywhere else. Okay? Yeah, otherwise it's of no use to speak, you know. But it's good to you. I saw that, so that is the best I can tell you now. Okay? You see, satsang is given for those who are helpless, or if they don't think they're helpless, but at least they give a space to helplessness, because they have seen quite a lot, they have tried a lot, and for some reason they are still searching something didn't work. It's not for those who have their own answer and then they come curious, okay, this is always interesting to be curious, but you have to come to at least give you a chance, maybe, to let go of something. If you don't let go of your own concept, it's of no use. You have your answer already, then go for it, you see? I want that to be clear. And it's part of the journey, sure. Nothing wrong also with that. You see, this part is so... They are words, but you will understand they are indications. This part is so alone that you cannot even take I here. Imagine. Let alone body and all what you speak about. Yeah. So, no question anymore about any seeking or search, which would be absolutely wonderful. It's an occasion if there is any, you know. But if there is nothing, what a luck. Huh? Please, you can have the... It's coming.
I just want to ask, do you pray and what is your prayer?
I don't pray, but I keep quiet. Not towards anything. I just keep quiet.
Thank you.
Hi, Ganga.
Hi.
I think something that I have sometimes a hard time with that I share here at Satsang is the making a clear difference between Satsang and the personal life, the manifestation. Like it does have an impact on my personal life.
Yeah.
And I was curious, a few weeks ago you spoke about the death of your brother and how it impacted.
Yeah.
And I still have that like in my mind, the curiosity around that, and I'm curious if you could speak about it a bit more, of how it impacted your satsang.
Yeah, because, okay, my brother suddenly died, so it was not prepared. So the natural shock and the natural grief comes. But because of satsang, quite quickly I saw, okay, but who is suffering? Who is deeply suffering? And I had to reply, I as a sister. And it didn't remove the grief, but then, on the contrary, I was totally allowed, because it's natural, to grieve. But it came so obvious that I am not only a sister, in fact, you see, in this manifestation. So, satsang, it's very difficult to speak about that subject. I will touch it, and this weekend it was really the theme without my intention, but it was the impact of satsang in their life. But I am quite brutal, because often I say there is no impact, or you will. Okay, today I want to be a bit more paradoxal. As I said, if you suffer because of a bite of a dog, or because of a bite of how you say, a loss of a beloved one, or whatever, or a disease, whatever, it's there. I speak from me, okay? It's there, and it is not less than before. It is bitingly there. Now, I have to say but in the language, yet I don't like it, but I have to speak like this. But because of what I am, which is common to all, something is completely removed, in the sense of, you know what is touched. It's a part of you, it's a manifestation of you. And that removes the belief, I don't know what to say, that removes the belief that there is something wrong. Even, it will not remove let's speak of the peak of suffering. It will not remove the peak of suffering. What it will remove, and that's sure, because you know what's what, automatically by your realization of the self, you will not have a blah blah beyond. It will not be nourished. So, the life has not changed at all, as the life has totally changed because of the background. But you cannot say, I am witness, so it's less and all. All those are spiritual experiences, maybe, but they have no value to my eyes, because they are experiences, and so the experiencer is taken for what? No. That's why I say it's urgent, instead of trying to apply satsang in their life, it's urgent to go for it, know yourself, because all that self-knowledge will automatically come. And when I say self-knowledge, it's about everything, because there is only one reality, in fact. You see how difficult it is to express. But still, I hope it can indicate. So I am not promising golden carrot after realization. First of all, there is never an after, because what is realization is to have seen, I always have been that, or myself. But in life, there may have been an event of liberation. So what I wanted to say, it's difficult to grasp. Um, about
Gold carrot.
the golden carrot. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there is no promise that the life will be more paradisiac or better or transform into something so good, so blissful, or so always full of unconditional love and all that. No. You may have experiences, but no. What is changed is, as I say, you know what's what, you know where you are beaten, for example, and that will continue. But the fact to not to be, one is identifying the bite. It's so biting hell that so it's not about disidentification. It's about realizing who you are. I have no other word. Yeah. Is it a bit more clear? But you can again ask another time. Yeah. Yeah. I remove golden carrots. I find that they give more suffering than anything else, because they are utopias and illusions. I will just add something. So I think it's good to be very clear. Satsang may make sense for the one who has that surge of who am I, in fact. Now, the life of that one, if needed, if it is his interest or a need, because sometimes one is blocked psychologically and whatnot, it's another work. It's the work of the personal work and the help of with the therapist. That is the psyche. The psyche may be released and you feel better. Why not? To feel better in life. But that's not my job. Yeah, it has to be very clear, and both can be together if needed, but don't mix the indications, you see. Yeah. I have a pain in the back. Everybody goes to Serge. Happily we have him. But you see, everybody has one has to know where he's helped or what help he needs, and go to the proper one for that. That will be very good to just be clear about that. Yeah? Yeah. Anyway. Yes, please. It's coming.
I still want to say something about this
Sure.
topic we just had, because then it came like the topic of death. It comes about the topic about like to help to be helped in this life or spiritual path. Because when my dad died, I think the spiritual practice and understanding helped me a lot. I remember at that time you were telling me, you know, always here and now in this split second, you don't suffer, you're free. So that kind of thing also helped a lot. And that's why, coming from this kind of life experience, I just feel this spiritual whatever practice.
Yeah, it helps a lot. As I say, meditation helps a lot in the life. It doesn't mean you really know who you are. That's all I say.
But I feel it's like this knowing who you are, like, okay, I'm consciousness or whatever, I'm nobody.
What the It is so unimportant that we say whatever. Okay, dear. What?
I don't know, I just felt like it really was somehow helping me to understand also if I'm nobody, who is my parents and all this death, it doesn't matter.
It's all fine. I say. Yeah, okay. Anything is very good. Okay, the indications can be also understood and applied, and it helps in life and all. It's true. I forgot to mention that. But what I say in satsang, it's not to stop there. That's all I say. To know yourself, because otherwise you will have, it's sure, probably a more peaceful life, or you can face more very hard circumstances and all that. But these are the thing of the practices, even spiritual practices that I don't teach. But I have nothing against that. That is about the life, you know. As a human being, we also deserve a better life, a good life, why not? But that's very relative and so on. What I indicate in satsang is impossible to speak about because you are it. It's so intimate you cannot objectify it, and that's common to all. And that's not reached by someone, by any experiencer, even if he's in deep samadhi meditation. That's all. That's all. It has to be clear. So now here everybody makes the choice of life and so on. I mean, that is not my problem. Yeah? But I will never mix. That is my joy. I want to keep satsang pristine. It's just for this. Yeah. It's clearer?
Yeah, but when someone
Yeah.
Hi, Ganga. I just I have this. I would like to dedicate more time to have no time. I mean, I'm just joking. So I would like to. I just feel like because I make myself so busy,
Yeah.
so busy that I cannot stop.
Yeah. I know.
It's so crazy, and
yeah, I know. I know. That's why I speak of still a moment.
yeah,
Yeah, still. Be a big thief.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to share this because
I am happy to hear. It's only like this that you will really still your moment.
yeah.
I don't know if it would help, but I have an image. Since today I speak a lot. For example, I tell you, be a big thief, and we have a complicity. We understand each other about that. Okay. So, as a seeker, as someone, as a thief, I am still in my mind. I am still in. It's because of my mind that I have to hear still a moment. Yeah, you agree. So let's take the image of, or instead of a thief, it's easier for me. I will take, you are at the bank of the Ganga, for example, or of any river. And so I, one is so hot, so exhausted, so too much, and somebody says, but just plunge in the Ganga, in the river, sorry, in the, and so we can call it, I plunge into eternity, something else. It's what I am. It's where I want to realize. Yeah. So you plunge, and there you have a glimpse. Oh, I'm I am myself. I know. I know. I am in fact, and you have this experience. Now, the thing is, why? Okay, you are there. In fact, you always have been there. You have to understand that this movement of plunging and then eventually rising again because the I thought reappears quickly on the bank, and they are illusions. They are just the mind which plays like this. Once you have plunged into yourself, no, it's forever. You never lost yourself. All the rest is a play of the mind that you will no more believe. It may appear so, okay, because there are experiences in someone, but it's not that you go out again because you are busy. This has to be seen. And I think if you could hear, it's so simple. But all of us here had glimpses at least. And why you came with some question? Because you went back. But no, it was an illusion first of all to plunge. Even though the indication was needed like this. Seen? Ah! And life continues and whatnot. Yeah.
Hi, Ganga.
Hello.
Sometimes I'm engaged with my habits, but I
Sure.
find out that I'm trotz,
busy with
although
them.
I'm myself,
Yeah, of course. Then what?
and that is somehow really joyful, because yet I'm attached, but somehow I'm not attached, and it's more soft, or so, more just
Not always.
not
Don't.
always.
You see, to add that is a big danger. It's the seed of. It's a seed, and a seed grows. It's a seed of, and one day it will always be softer. No, no, that is wrong. That's the golden carrot who promises you after I have a life much, whatever. No, you do as you like. But if you ask me, like no, I say no to the comment. Don't comment. Nom d'une pipe. Don't comment. Do you understand? No.
No.
You
So
said
just should I drop the habit because it's too dangerous to
it
go
will
there?
come. It will come, but don't go there. It can appear, you see, but don't enjoy it softer, please. It will give you trouble.
Yeah, I also experienced that.
You see.
It's a little bit like sometimes this and sometimes this, and then the mind says, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Mind. Yeah.
But good
Likes
to
to
be
be
clear here.
comfortable and yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's not a small thing, I tell you. Yeah, someone really wants to. Very good. Okay. Give her.
Thank you. Hi, Ganga.
Hi.
So, this whole play of
Yeah.
the movie
Yeah.
has started with the very first I thought that was arising.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's why the movie disappears when the I thought dies. What is extraordinary is that I thought takes a shape, you see, so concrete and all that. But once you know it,
Thank you.
please.
Morning, Ganga.
Hello.
The self-inquiry is also, it brings up kind of mind stuff, like deep. I saw an old pattern the other day, a very deep pattern, and I thought, wow, that's something really I hadn't seen before, but it's not who I am. It's just a pattern in the mind. So, but the self-inquiry brings up other stuff as well. But does it help to see who you are, or is it just?
It's automatic what to say. It's not a question of help or not, but it's automatically maybe a help just to understand that whatever rises, even if it was not there before, it must have been in you. It rises to leave you, not to see the meaning or whatever, to leave you.
Yeah. Because I feel on some level I'm falling apart, and
the personality
as
you wanted to control.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, but
Doesn't-
that doesn't really help, or maybe it does. I don't know.
You cannot help it happen to you. So
Yeah.
what to say? I mean, there was no obligation, but if it happened to you, it's your way to
Yeah.
to maybe it's your way. It appears when you don't grasp anymore your control and all that. You see, it appears this way with
For
you.
me,
Yeah.
for
you.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So it's like this sense of perceived sense of control, and then the perceived sense of it
Yeah,
falling
all
apart.
that it falls apart. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that your personality will not be as it will continue to function. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's the idea we have of ourselves. You see, the idea
Yes.
that falls apart.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
So-
that's different for everyone. Yeah. And actually, if it is too disturbing, it's because you still look probably too much. So go back to who was this experience. You see, who am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But you have to also hear, who am I is not the only way just to be freed. And it's better, it's not like a mantra, oh, I will repeat that. Of course, it is a good tool, but try to know that this tool, once for all, it can also do the job. Don't think, oh, I will need to repeat that, It's important. You heard me?
I think, yeah. Well, sometimes you say something and it just goes in. I go, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
That's what I
Yeah.
said. Not only who am I is a tool, sure. Indications are tools, Sure. But for example, you say, wow, okay? So if you keep quiet just after the oh, wow, you are that. Actually, you are where you are left. So know that when something else appears, it's the play of your life. But you definitively know who you are, and that cannot be veiled by the play of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Somehow I still felt to share. It's like spiritual path, and I had many different experiences.
Yeah.
It's like feeling Jesus, Ananda Mahima, and that moment somehow I see it's like everything appears in this, like in this space,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow also see your guidance, how you say it's like neti.
Mm-hmm.
It's like even all those experiences, they're seen, but still somehow I sense it's like what you said, it's like a golden carrot,
What I say.
Yeah, it's like how I feel, It's like for me, those, how I feel Jesus, how I feel Ananda Mahima.
Yeah.
Maybe they still feel. I have the belief, of the having this golden carrot,
Okay. They are beautiful, golden carrot. No,
Yeah.
they are not golden carrot. You make them a golden carrot.
Yes. So, but at the same time, I feel it's like transformation in this these appearances, it still happens, and I don't have a question, but it just came, like to share about this.
I
And
wonder
don't know
what
if
you want to say exactly. Let me see. You see, many things, many events, not only the spiritual ones, can change a life. So just know that. Huh? Now, of course, to have met, for example, Jesus or Anandamaima, who are symbols of what we search, or we feel so, or of what I am, it's where I also want to be. You have that, no? Maybe they give you a taste of that. That's why you love them so much, and that's why they mean so much for you, and they change your life. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you have a taste of that. Now, the thing is, shall I stay with the taste, or shall I just be like those beings are, like all the beings are, in fact, but they don't listen to their mind, so they are like more symbolical for me in this world. So, shall I have a taste, or but that was the question from Ramakrishna. I taste the sugar, or I am the sugar. That was his big the dilemma. You can have both, by the way. But both, you have both when you are the sugar. You have only the taste when you only taste the sugar.
So when you feel, just this, I don't know, presence of being, it's like something
The
just
presence
so
of being is
alive.
already shows
Yeah.
that you have a taste of being. It is a glimpse. It is a plunge into being. But you come back to speak about and to have an idea of it.
Yeah. So how do you feel like at this moment? Like
Me?
yeah.
Who cares about what I feel? What can I say?
But how you understand this? Like being the honey and tasting the honey.
Tasted only. It's like you say, you are with Jesus or Anandamaima, let's say. So where are you at that time?
Just I'm.
Okay, just I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just I am. And after, is there an after just I am? Then why you ask the question? You must have been after to some thought. No?
Yeah, I feel what you say. Yeah.
Of course. So there is an after. While when you realize, let's say, there is no after. How I should be clearer?
I feel what you say. I feel what you say. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Because in the taste of, there is still someone, even if it is, of course, not your daily life I, was some very objective dress, but there is a spiritual I, very etheric and very vast, and you even say there is nobody here, but you say so, no so. So there is an I, still.
Yeah, so when those, because blissful moments, they come quite often, and I can feel the sense how I can, be attached to them, but it's like they just come and...
They are experiences.
Okay.
Coming from who you are. So if you are fascinated by the experience, you veil who you are. That's what I want to say.
So in some way, I can say it's like those blissful states are same like feeling the grief as well, just different tastes.
If we are in the contrast, sure, you can say so. A feeling is a feeling, A feeling is a feeling, a thought is a thought. No way out. For me, no way out. It's not about description and the quality attached to feelings or to thought. A thought is a thought. Let it be bad or good, a thought is a thought. It's not a more real thought if it is good or spiritual or vast or what. A thought is a thought. And as long as you confuse, you will have experiences, which is already wonderful, of course. But you will suffer because you want them more.
Yeah, because sometimes like one silence, oh, now it's the one, or something,
Yes,
just...
that's what I say. The mind is not quiet, actually.
But like at the same time, it's like quite quiet, just different, like...
Well, you speak of
okay.
of slight things. Life doesn't present always easy or soft events. Huh? Bon.
Thank you so much. Just felt to speak about
Oh,
it.
sure,
Thank
it's
you so
very
much.
important. And you can always ask us. It's a very important point, I tell you. Very, very.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So how will you say, like, through your experience, like the final realization, what is for you?
Yeah. It's natural. I cannot describe. I cannot describe. You are it or two, you know. If you don't listen to your mind, it's here. I don't need to describe. It's impossible. And it's with every. It's amazing. It's with everybody. It's because we want to know, we want to figure out, we want to, we are used to have experiences as human, as I am born. So of course it's a total, like, surrealistic indication, the satsang, because it doesn't go into that movement. You see. The one you see, let it be busy with the mind or not, is the one you see. I mean, there will be no aura special. Oh, but there can be, but it doesn't mean anything in reality. I speak of in reality, okay? Some people apparently, so you hear, apparently, by birth they are more contemplative than others and so on. Sure. So they may look like more inspiring guide about all this affair. Sure. But it doesn't mean that the one who doesn't look like is not himself also. So I really want to make you be vigilant not to fall into those spiritual traps which present always an image. Ananda Maima, for example, oh wow, of course she's a symbol. I saw her. I met her many times. And I knew I was in the presence of what I wanted to be. But you see how strange it is. So I had an experience at that time of my being. I didn't demand anything more from her. It was just, So, but it didn't stop searching. It didn't stop me searching, except at that very moment. But my mind was still searching because he had concepts, so on. So that was a taste of being, sure. That helped. Of course, because when you have this experience, then you run more after that. Your search, there is some kind of petrol on your search. You see? That's their role, probably. Now look, it's a good example. Nisargadatta Maharaj, he had no special aura. He was so looking like. He didn't. I mean, if you have those images of sainthood and all, he was not looking at all like a saint. And look, how present is here in the indication of what you are. So really, we are so fascinated by appearance. So it's good to know that, because it goes very far. But we can be inspired, sure. Sure.
Sorry, another one comes. And you said that when you met Ananda Mahima, you felt that being, but search never.
I didn't. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt, but you continue after.
Mhm.
I didn't know. I would not even have said that at that time. But I was. I was so happy. I mean, I what to do. Yeah.
And you said that search didn't stop.
Didn't stop.
Do you remember like exact moment, like when it stopped?
Oh yeah, but it's an event, so I will not tell. Because the events will be different for everybody. It will not help anybody. In the contrary, it will give, oh, I don't have that one, so no.
But just impersonal.
When I'm no more, maybe there will be a book. Maybe it will be there because it's relating the life. You see, it's very interesting. My chance, I speak about how I see it. My luck was that I had heard Papaji so much not to land anywhere that I didn't land on the event of enlightenment when it happened to me. And that was my luck, because I don't live what I lived at that event. And I don't care, because I know what appears is just an experience. It's amazing.
Hallelujah, amen. Thank you.
Well, oh. Oops, pardon. So, a last something? Okay.
Would you say a glimpse
Mm?
has nothing to do with who we are?
It has to do. It's just that your mind makes it a glimpse in the memory.
Thank you.
Yeah. Giving some shape of it. Thank you very much.